Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Keith here, and you're certainly watching Command the Hoops Celtic. If this is your first time viewing the channel, if you could subscribe, thumbs up, or a comment below, we really appreciate it. You see the platforms in the background, have a look at them. The link is below. But we're here to talk about Callum McGregor's new contract, the captain's new contract. We're also here to talk about the injury update of Kyogo and other players that are currently on the sidelines. And also the game last night, which I didn't get to do a post-match reaction because I was extremely drunk. I wasn't coming on outside Padder Brown's where the light was brutal, the sound was brutal, and you would have made it a word up saying because the last time I done a Padder Brown's post match reaction, I sound like Sean Dyche and my voice was gone. So, okay, big news today. Going into the weekend, especially with the game in Dundee, at home to Dundee. The man that signed a new deal, the captain, the man that took over the captaincy from Scott Brown. He's a treble winner, double treble winner, an invincible, a treble winner, and a quad treble winner. And he scored some phenomenal goals in his Celtic career. Callum McGregor, that lovely goal as well. Captain's instinct against Midtjylland, unbelievable. I'm delighted with this deal. I think he well deserved. I think he has a good bright future at Celtic. Obviously, the board are putting their ambitions out on the table for him, and he was delighted to sign the new deal. So, all the speculation in the past of him leaving, going to Leicester and other clubs down south, can't see it happening. He's set to the core like James Forrest, so hopefully he brings success on the pitch. He's a great character off the pitch. He could conduct himself well in press conferences. You could feel the trust with him. And at the start of the season, when he done that huddle after us winning the first game at home, the first home game, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable getting all the players go around to the fans, and I like that the way he goes. He does that. He thinks of the fans first, and he's came out many times saying that we missed the fans last season, and he hasn't denied it as well because it's true, and he's a great ambassador for the club, and all we want to see is Callum McGregor back in the team, getting goals, getting assists, leading that team. He's playing a deeper position than he was previously playing, but we've obviously missed him in the last couple of games where even the European game against Betis, it could have been a different story. Livingston would have been definitely a different story, even with the grudge. And last night, we were just missing that defensive midfielder that pushes up. Because Sorrow's a liability. Sorrow, James McCarthy still getting used to it. He had a good game as well. But regards to last night, it was a very bland Celtic performance. I know we won 3-0, but I felt we took our foot off the pedal when they went down to 10 men. You had to have a storm of a game. It was great to see David Turnbull come up with a lovely goal as well, and Lee Alabada getting a goal. Could have been more. They didn't really cause threats against us. A couple of saves in the first half, but I'm just disappointed. I felt, Ange didn't have much on the bench to attacking wise to go for. It was great to see Liam Scales coming on. Very disappointing that Giakoumakis got injured in the warm-up, which was an absolute downfall. I don't know if we're going to see him the weekend or not, but Alvin Yeti had an average game. I thought Humble was good. Rogers had a decent game. Cameron Vickers played well. Starfelt is still very shaky. I still don't have the confidence in Starfelt just yet, but it was good to see Scales come on. Obviously, Beaton came on. Sorrow, I just really question Sorrow's defensive issues because he's prone to get booked. You can't start Sorrow in games if he's going to get booked. I know he came off the bench, but he still gets booking. Like stupid fouls he gives away. But James McCarthy starting to find his feet, and as I said, Montgomery came on. He was quite well. Well, he actually started. Sorry, played quite well. So I'm delighted. Jovanovic played well when he came on. So let's move on. St Johnstone in the semi-finals. Look at it was St Johnstone, Rangers, or Hibs. Three good teams. I particularly wanted the Hivies, but Hivies are on form. Would have been a great challenge for us. But the holders at Hampden. No team's going to be a pushover, so let's hope that we can get past St Johnstone in the semi-finals. But Ange's first Hampden trip, so exciting times, big time. I'm also here to talk about the injury news to Kyogo. So he's had to be in training with the squad, light training. More likely we want to see him come back after the international break. Now the international break is basically next week. It goes on for almost 2 weeks, so once we get him back in contention for the league games and then the Europa League game as well against Ferencváros, we want to get him playing that. So we're missing him big time. We're missing the man from Japan. His attitude, even going to all the games, even giving the knuckles up to all the squad that came off last night. I'm loving it. I absolutely love this guy Kyogo. I think he's top class, and he's grown Celtic fans' hearts, and that's the most important. We just want them on the pitch, doing the job, threat from the wing, threat in the middle. If Giakoumakis is still out for the next 3 or 4 games, we're gonna have to put Kygo in the middle, Jota on the left, because Jota's pretty decent. He showed good spells of the last night. No disrespect to Right Rovers, but he had a lot of the ball, but regards to cutting it through, we didn't do a lot of it. But a couple of chances. So Kyogo will be back after the international break. James Forrest will be the same. We might see spells of Christopher Julian as well. Now, Ange did come out and say about 2 weeks ago that he's getting close to fitness, but more likely be after the international break. We have Mikey Johnstone back, So let's see what happens with Giakoumakis, James Forrest, Kyogo, and once we get them players back and Julian, we're laughing. We're absolutely laughing. We want to have that. We want to have Julian in there with Carter Vickers. Starfelt can be an option. It could be Starfelt and Julian. It could be Welch and Julian. And we'll make a decision to see who's fit, because it's a long season. A lot of games come thick and fast. We're playing football every 3 to 4 days. So let us know what you think of Callum McGregor's new deal. I'm delighted. I'm absolutely delighted. I think no better man to give a better contract extension to. He's going to be at the club. He's going to see out his career at Celtic. Maybe, never know, might have a coaching capacity in the future, but never know. Scott Brown might be the might be the manager in 3 or 4 years' time, and Callum will be still calling the shots on the pitch. Never say never. So speak to us all soon, folks. Give us a like, give us a subscribe if you can. Take care. Hell.